All right, Doc. The Tennessee Extension Master Gardener Program, right? And how long have you been on that job?
Well, we're getting close to a year, Chris.
Yeah, okay.
The end of October last year. So I've already been through my first winter and spring, summer in Tennessee, but great to be here.
Good, good. Well, let's start you off with this. So what is the essential mission of the Tennessee Extension Master Gardener Program?
It's all about education.
Sure it is.
You know, and it's about horticulture education. And I think the critical element is the fact that not only are we providing great horticulture education through an amazing mosaic of volunteers that we have really the honor of working with throughout the state, but that it's information that's based on research.
Right.
You know, and so throughout the country we have great land-grant universities who are carrying out all kinds of vegetable and ornamental and woody plant, every kind of research that you can imagine, and it's our opportunity to kind of distill and deliver that information to hundreds and thousands of millions of citizens across the country, and we couldn't do it without the volunteers.
All right, so what does the Extension Master Gardener Program look like nationwide? Because there are programs nationwide.
Really? Yeah, pretty much in all 50 states.
That's right.
And so nationwide, there are some nuances of different programs, but overall, the key elements are the fact that we have a very committed volunteer base who get initial education, and then they kind of repay the extension service for that initial education by volunteer hours. And most people do about 40 hours of training, 40 hours of volunteer service that first year, pretty common throughout the nation. And then continuing volunteer service is generally at least 20 hours. We have 25 or a little bit more here in Tennessee, but just to continue to serve our communities. And then there's a lot of continuing education throughout their service, and that's pretty much the baseline nationwide.
Okay. So what is the history of the program here, specifically in Tennessee?
Yeah. Here in Tennessee, the program started in about 1985 in Davidson County.
Davidson County, how about that? Okay.
So they are, actually I think they may be getting ready to plan some 30th anniversary celebrations, so we're getting to be that time. But over the next few years, it really spread all throughout the state. So any county that really sees a need for residential and consumer horticulture education, they can institute a Master Gardener program, and from the state, we'll give them all the support we can, and their fellow agents in neighboring counties absolutely help them out as they get started.
Joellen and I know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of camaraderie.
Yeah, a lot of camaraderie. So what's the overview of the program here in Tennessee?
Well, right now here in Tennessee, we have about 38 different organizations throughout the state. Some of those, like the large associations in Shelby County, are just one county. But in our smaller rural counties in East and West Tennessee, a lot of times those may be groups of counties. And so right now we have just about 2,500 dedicated, active volunteers who are contributing, amazing volunteer service throughout our state.
Okay. So how does the program differ throughout the state? Rural areas, urban areas?
Well, I would say there are probably a couple ways it differs. One is really just the nature of the projects that Master Gardeners are doing. So in the larger, more urban areas, they have the opportunity to participate at some really already established projects. Your folks have an opportunity to invest a lot of valuable time in the botanic gardens. In Middle Tennessee, there are great opportunities in historical gardens in some of the estates that are there. Also, a lot of large garden shows and opportunities for more urban Master Gardener groups to have input there, like the large Nashville Garden Show. And you guys have lots of activities at Agri Center as well.
We have a lot. We should
and in the rural counties, certainly there are educational events and and those types of activities that they put on. But you may see them really have more small community education. Maybe they're doing a lot more community gardens or a lot of activities at the county fairs. Some of our junior Master Gardener camps in ways that maybe they don't have as many thousands of people passing through their activities, but they're directing their programs to what their local folks need. So it's all about tailoring the education to the needs of the county.
Sure, because those needs are there, regardless of what county you're in.
Right.
The needs are there.
Exactly right.
Okay, so what are some of your key roles? I know some of those key roles. So
so Chris has a little bit of an inside information on this. This is actually not one of my most exciting questions to answer because I get to like manage databases and write guidelines, and but I also get to work on a lot of our statewide educational events. I get to do writing for some of our training material, and really I serve to help create a similar organizational structure throughout the state, but a linkage to all the resources that UC Extension have. Really, my job is just to support county coordinators so that they can be more effective in the work they're doing with their local Master Gardener Association.
Okay. Then how's that program connected from the county level to the state level?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So we do have a state organization, and really our main role is to help with some larger educational events. So we always have a state conference, and we're working on some more regional events to try to create educational opportunities that maybe people don't have to drive clear across the state for, and really just support the coordinators in their role and provide opportunities for volunteers from different counties to get together, share experiences, and network.
Okay.
So it's really just equipping and creating opportunities for networking.
All right. Last question. This is the $1 million question. Okay. So what is your vision for the program moving forward?
I think that my vision is to continue to attract a wide range of interest levels and of generations. When we think about what our program might look like in 20 or 30 years, it's creating the opportunity for our current volunteers, but folks who may not even be interested in horticulture right now to be able to engage. So we want to maintain the strength and the important commitments of the program, but we want to make those service projects diverse enough that a lot of different people, working folks, young adults, have the opportunity to learn and to invest because those Generation Ys and X's, they're our volunteers of the future, and they have a great interest in horticulture. So it's all about understanding the needs of the state and just working with this great network of volunteers that we have and the ones we hope to recruit to serve our state in the future.
All right, I need to write that $1 million check then. All right, so the Tennessee Extension Master Gardener Program, one of the best programs that I think Extension offers, hands down.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I think we have at least 2,500 folks who would back us up on that.
I think we do.